see whether KoMMo decides to just attack or come back and defend, because the Wraiths will probably hit around the other side. Looks like, or sounds like, and looks like we've got some Hellhounds showing up for Darky, but they're arriving right now in the background, and he's going to see that. Hellhound's going to move in to do some blazing away. According to the minimap, the Imperial Guard are sending a lot of troops in through there as well. And Necrons getting burnt to crisps here, taking a lot of damage. That LP2 is taking a lot of damage as well, and Darky cleverly pulling back. I don't think there's any point in keeping them around there against such heavy tank fire. And all of the Imperial Guard heading out the west, maybe to retaliate. Looks like we've got some plasma guns going down on his Imperial Guard squads. That's 2 I can see so far. He's probably going to be reinforcing a few more of these. And will the Necrons be able to stop this push? Just depends whether they have Immortals and Destroyers, in my opinion. Just those a few Wraiths probably won't be able to do the job, and the Necron Warriors just hasn't really got enough of them. But we'll see what happens. There's a Destroyer, so it looks like pretty evenly matched here. Oh, Fanaticism going down on the Imperial Guard squads. This is going to be intense. Invulnerable Imperial Guard squads for a short period of time, and the Command Squad leading the way. A lot of plasma fire being laid down, and that Destroyer are also getting some fierce shots off there. Killing a few Imperial Guardsmen. Every couple of hits will get a kill. Oh my god, airstrike being called down all over the Necrons. That's going to hurt. Imperial Guard Commander is obviously at tier 3, so KoMMo has really been ticking up. He's looking really strong right now. And the Imperial Guard are pressing in, and what is Darky going to be able to do to stop this? Can't wait to see what his plan is. There's not too many options of your Necrons. They're not really spoiled for choice, per se. But we'll see. I'm sure he's going to have to pull out something. That summoning core is going to go down in short order if he doesn't do anything. Cascans have arrived with a priest in tow, so those Cascans are going to have a priest supporting them for invulnerability. Really good use of priests there. It's great to have them massing up with the squads. In the meantime, I'm not sure why Darky isn't actually decapturing that point with his Wraith standing right there. Bit of a misstep. Poor multitasking in my opinion, but he's got a lot to think about back at his home base here. That summoning core going down. That plasma generator is going to be following fairly shortly afterwards. And what is he going to do? He's going to have to do something. Looks like Necrons are advancing now. Solar Pulse going down, so that's good. Got the Necron Lord right in the thick of it. In the background, the Necrons are actually pouring in. We've got a squad of Immortals. That's going to be really useful against that Hellhound. And a bunch of Necron Warriors pulling in from the background. So this is actually going to go pretty well. Cascans have arrived, though, so the Cascans are really going to be difficult for the Necrons to deal with. That's a lot of firepower represented with those Hell Guns. And bam, there goes the tank, so the Immortals destroying that very quickly, very short order, and the Imperial Guard pulling out, so fantastic play here by Darky, just waiting for the opportune time once he's got Immortals out, and here come the Destroyers just chasing all of the Guardsmen down and getting plenty of kills as they do. Those Destroyers just do so much damage per hit. And the Imperial Guard will be forced back to their place. So awesome play here by Darky. That double monolith ploy I think is great. He's now in full swing. He's got a decent economy going, and he'll be able to pour out Necrons left and right. Let's just hope he can get to tier 3 to compete with the Imperial Guard tier 3, because otherwise we'll be seeing a lot of tier 3 stuff like Ogrins and everything else, all the upgrades, maybe even an Assassin, just general stuff like that, which will be a bit of a pain for the Necrons to deal with. There's the Ogrins there. So once they get into the combat, that's going to be they're going to represent a lot of meat, really. They're very tough units. Looks like a Destroyer just inspecting the relic over at the left-hand side, finding nothing, and the Necrons going back to camping in their base. Imperial Guard heading around to the right-hand side this time. Sounds like we've got some Sentinels, so the Sentinels will be able to deal with those Destroyers in short order, as long as he has a couple of them. Bear in mind that the Immortals are around, and if the Immortals get to the Sentinels first, then Darky will still have no anti-vehicle, and the Destroyers will probably walk all over him. Given that, though, having said that, though, Plasma Guns, Cascans will eventually get rid of those Destroyers, and Ogrins in close combat should be able to do some decent job as well. Looks like the Necrons are heading around the western pass and getting stuck into KoMMo's base. KoMMo sending his troops around the eastern side, so it's going to be even over there. Oh, Sentinel actually getting stuck into the Destroyer, so the Destroyers probably want to pull back here. Very, very high anti-vehicle damage done by the Sentinel. Causes a lot of problems here. And the Imperial Guard actually attacking now, straight into Darky's base. This Obelisk is probably going to go down first. And no Necrons to be seen. Looks like, according to the minimap, all of the Necrons are heading around the western pass, save for a few Wraiths hanging back to try and defend. And this could be a base trade here unless the Necrons head back. We'll see. Don't forget Necrons have their teleport ability for the Necron Warriors just to pull back there in times of need. But there's another plasma generator going down. KoMMo getting stuck in here. We've got a couple of Immortals showing up to get some shots off, but taking a lot of Hellgun fire from these Imperial Guard squads and Cascans. And this is going to turn out to be very interesting. The Necrons have arrived at Darky's base. That's 2 squads of Necron warriors and 1 Immortal squad that he's sent around. So that Immortal squad is going to be fantastic at destroying a lot of buildings. In the meantime, Darky doesn't really have too much to defend against these Imperial Guards squads over here. He's got 2 destroyers and about 2 or 3 Wraiths in the background. These Necrons just laying waste to the Imperial Guard base here, so it's going to be a trade-off. This could turn out to be really interesting. Man, talk about excitement for Game 5. We've got Necron Lord hanging back as well. Maybe we see a Solar Pulse, that will help. He's losing his Monolith though. That Monolith is getting really low in health. There goes the Solar Pulse! So with Solar Pulse right in the middle of the Imperial Guard forces, KoMMo is forced to pull back here. He's going to need to put some range in. The Ogrons don't really care about that too much, just getting stuck into close combat. And Wraith moving in. There's a Necron Lord teleporting to close combat. In the meantime, another Hellhound going down, so no tank's going to be able to defend against this Necron push. It's just going to come down to who can destroy whose base first. I don't think these destroyers are going to be enough to fight against the entire Imperial Guard army over here. Same goes to that Necron Lord. He's probably going to cop it in a second. That's a lot of damage he's taking with the Cascans firing at him all out, all his plasma guns. And there's the Ogres just chasing the destroyers out of the Necron base. The destroyers look like they're heading around. Probably quite wise for them to head around and try and take out the Imperial Guard. There's that Imperial Guard HQ down to about half health. A lot of Necrons firing at it. Darky does have the option of actually teleporting his Necrons back to his Monolith, but I fear if he did, he'd be giving away the game. He's probably his only hope to win here is to actually kill the Imperial Guard building. So it's going to be a race here. On the Imperial Guard side, we've still got 2 Sentinels and those Ogrons actually ripping in straight into those that Monolith. Monolith's not quite at half health, so KoMMo's going to lose his HQ before Darky loses his main Monolith. Don't forget, Darky's got a second Monolith there, plus a number of other buildings. There's a Hellhound. Oh, and loses the HQ already. Hellhound's taking a lot of flak. That Hellhound's not going to last long against those Immortals at all. Already down to very low health. Bam, there's the Hellhound. So who's going to lose the buildings first? I think Darky's probably in an inferior situation here because KoMMo can actually build infantry commands and stuff around the map, whereas it's a bit more difficult for Darky to do that. There's a new tactical command going down straight in the middle of Darky's base, so it's going to be a base trade, but unfortunately not a true base trade because Darky's not going to be able to build a new Monolith. So I fear that KoMMo may have done it, guys. We could be seeing a KoMMo victory here, and this will be winners takes all. If KoMMo can take this out, he'll be going through the finals. We're sending some Cascans back to deal with the race, taking out the infantry command nearby. Necron's heading over to kill the LP2 and the tactical control there. Necron destroyer in the background, and we're down to 1 Monolith and 1 Summoner Core over here, so this is probably going to be tight, but looks like Darky has no buildings left. This is all he's got, just 1 Monolith coming down. We've got Tech Priest Engineers rebuilding this HQ, so the Imperial Guard are going to be fine in terms of their HQ building. Plenty of workers nearby. I can't see too many Scarabs around. And the Cascan's probably chasing the Wraith around. Not sure where that Wraith actually went. Imperial Guard losing the rest of their base here, but they've still got an infantry command nearby. And unless the Necrons can take that out in short order, that's going to be it, guys. And wow, the Monolith is about to drop. I think we're going to see a KoMMo win this. And desperate squad of Necrons there, taking it, giving the Necrons a bit of time to survive. But that's it. The Monolith is about to go down. And what an exciting series. Epic semi-final, gone to 5 games. And that is it. KoMMo takes the win, goes through to the finals.